Are you happy working your 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday? Well, society expectations are prioritized over the pursuit of happiness. And I affirm the proposition that the pursuit of happiness needs to be prioritized over society expectations. Some key terms that in this speech I'll talk about is mainly happiness, which is pretty much a state of well-being and contentment that's characterized by positive emotions such as like joy, satisfaction, fulfillment. Involves a sense of overall satisfaction, like within one's life experiences, relationships, accomplishments, and the next definition I'll talk about is society expectations, which refers to the norms and values and behaviors that are commonly accepted and anticipated within like certain societies or cultures. Um, in this speech, my value premise is the living standards of life or quality of life, and the definition of that refers to the overall well-being and satisfaction experienced by an individual or within a community in various aspects of life, like happiness, sadness, and health, like I said before. But I plan on proving that life filled with happiness is better than a life not living to fit the norms of society. And my first argument argues how people should focus on their mental health instead of prioritizing social norms. So mental health and well-being is way more important than fitting those because the pressure to follow a traditional path may affect people's mental health. And a clarity clinic on life teachings and coachings argues to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. So being yourself is a way bigger accomplishment than doing that someone else wants to do for you. Also, according to the National Library of Medicine, they found that people felt society pressure to be happy and not sad is particularly linked to poor well-being in countries with a higher world happiness index, which means that higher ranks of happiness and well-being in bigger countries felt more like pressure to fit society norms, and then that leads to downsides. So the pressure to fit society norms has major effects on individuals, communities, and society as a whole. Mental health and well-being, these expectations that people have torn apart families and friends and more. And by adjusting your own expectations and reaching your own happiness is better for your mental health than trying to fit someone else's expectations. And so those arguments show that the value of mental health and well-being upholds a better quality of life because pursuing happiness is easier achieved and is more important than meeting someone else's opinion or society norm, I guess, or expectation of you. And pursuing your own happiness leads also to a better individual anatomy and self-determination. So my second argument introduces the importance of individual anatomy and self-determination. Self-determination is where individuals have the freedom to pursue their own paths to happiness, which may diverge from society norms and expectations. So self-determination can really only thrive when it's able to gain knowledge or your own sustainable self-esteem or a better self-identity and self-control. To move from the perceived need to attach identification phase to identity, one may need to get valid knowledge and not align up with a group based off of fear or social proof. So being self-determined is the feeling of greater control, and as opposed to being non-self-determined, which can leave you feeling your life is being controlled by other people, and being controlled by others leads to a low self-determined life, and which destroys your own happiness. And according to a British journal of social work, clients were being allowed a free independent choice, but many clients are subject to pressure. Social work relationship is often also conceived within a structure of authority and just pressure, pretty much. So the impact of prioritizing the pursuit of happiness as a representation of individual anatomy and self-determination empowers individuals to assert their own values, aspiration, and foster a greater sense of control of their own lives. This upholds its value because ultimately prioritizing individual anatomy and yourself is way more inclusive, empowering, and fulfilling society where each person's pursuit of happiness is valued and respected. There's also proof that when individuals stretch for their own happiness, it can make a stronger impact on society. So that means when, or I guess my third argument will argue when individuals prioritize their own happiness, it can lead to even a greater like innovative or productivity within a culture or society. So according to the article, The Pursuit of Happiness, balancing self-fulfillment and global impact, seeking our own happiness while spreading love, kindness, and support to make a better world, a better place for everyone. And when it's a better place for everyone, your own self happiness will go up. The Mental Health Foundation also states that acts of kindness can make the world a happier place for everyone. This can boost feelings of confidence, being in control, happiness, less anxiety, less stress. This also may encourage others to repeat the good deeds and that they've experienced and like climb the ladder. Everyone like in the community learns positive, then everyone will be more happy. And the impact of pursuing this happiness for some maybe in different ways. Like, individuals that contribute to helping others may take them to make them more happy and also help out communities. This upholds the value of prioritizing happiness and spreading positivity because it helps individual lives, which helps yourself. This also may strengthen the social world and collectively a well-being of society as a whole. So, in conclusion, today I've presented that the pursuit of happiness is more important than trying to fit any society norm or expectation. I affirm this position because being happy within yourself is more important than someone else being happy for you because you've met their expectations. You want to meet your own goals and expectations, and then when you do that, it'll be easier in life to be happy and be within yourself. My arguments state that focusing on your mental health, self-determination, and helping others can lead yourself to a really happy life. I upheld all these values of quality of life because the pursuit of happiness leads to a better life than prioritizing some society expectation that's expected of you. So happiness is not something that's really made. It comes from your own actions. Thank you, guys.